Dave, a very convincing win this afternoon against Litherland. What were your overall thoughts on the game?
I thought we were excellent first half. A couple of little sloppy moments. If we start with the negatives, I think a couple of little sloppy moments defensively. The space in between the back line wasn't quite right. We gave them a couple of chances, but going forward, I thought we were frightening first half. I thought we were exceptional. Come in sort of 5-0 and deserved. Second half started really well, and then we just sort of got into a bit of a stop-start game for half an hour, 40 minutes or so. And look, massive respect to REMYCA, because obviously it's always tough when you concede the goals and you're sort of chasing the game, but they didn't stop, didn't give up. They were working right to the end. Obviously had to finish the game with 10 men as well. So, I don't want to be critical in any way, shape or form. We won the game 7-0. I think we could have probably maybe been a bit more clinical second half, but again, you're 6-0 up at the time, and it's like, how much do you want the players to exert themselves, knowing that we've got sort of 7 massive games left? So, yeah, all in all, really pleased, and we're prepped now, go ready for next week.
One change in the starting 11. Aaron Chalmers has returned to the 11 in place of Louis Jean. Obviously, since he's come in, Louis played a lot of football, and obviously Aaron's been out and away over the last couple of weeks. I guess it was a good opportunity to give him some minutes, but also for Louis to have a rest.
Yeah, a bit of both. I think obviously Louis, we've won every game since Louis came to the club, so the impact he's had in such a short space of time is really good. I thought it was important to try and get Aaron back on the side again, just for some minutes after he'd been away for a couple of weeks. He had sort of 20 minutes last week. We need to make sure that the squad's fresh and that people are robust. So I thought we needed Aaron's aggression today on the pitch. He's a leader, and the way he attacks the ball is exceptional. So we thought we needed that today, but we've got the beauty of having a really strong squad, and obviously we've got lots of options. And I think the team that went out there today did really well.
You talk about the squad before today's game. I made it 18 players you've used in the last 6 games. That shows that you've got that sort of tight-knit squad, and players can sort of interchange as and when is needed. And I guess sort of having that tight squad and options is what you need for the final 7 games.
It is, and look, I think obviously people will have comments around number of players used, and I've said it before. You don't get the recruitments 100% right. There are some mistakes that you're making, but I think in the squad that we've got at the moment, the 18-19 players we've got at the club at the moment who are sort of playing regularly here and playing, I think 12 of them have played over 75% of the games we played this season. So 50 competitive games now under our belt. 12 of them have played at least 75% to 80% of those games. If you add that then to like your Joshes and your Brad Carrolls who've been long-term injuries but been here since the start of the pre-season, 14 players in and around the squad all season. It's a big percentage in terms of players played. So you've always got to take a bit of stick now and again when players come in and go. But it's the level we're at. But yeah, like you said, 18 players used over the last 6-7 games. I think it shows how strong we are and how robust the current group is.
A return for Nicky Adams off the bench off the back of his hamstring injury. From his perspective, I guess you're just looking to sort of ease him back in terms of appearances from the bench, and then he'll obviously get his chance to start once again.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's trained well this week. We probably held him back last week. We probably could have pushed him for the Thursday training and then into the squad for the Saturday, but we held him back another week. He did really well this week in training. The plan was today, get him on for 20 minutes, just sit and just block the ball about. He must have played about 25 long passes in the first 5 minutes, so he's more than tested his hamstring now and come through, so that's good.
And looking at the scorers today, 7 goals, 7 different scorers. I guess you've got 7 happy players, or 16 happy players in the change rooms, but especially those that got on the score sheet today.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange, isn't it? Obviously, the amount of goals we scored this season's frightening, but to score 7 in a game and have 7 different scorers, it doesn't happen too often. But again, it shows that it's not just all about your strikers, it's not all about your DJs, it's not all about your Rubens or your Lewises. We can share the goals about, and some really good goals today. So build on that. We go again next week.
We talked last Saturday about how these 2 home games at the start of the month were key in this running. The fans, a massive part of the project here at Gig Lane, and it's said to say the fans over there in A Block this afternoon were making the noise.
Yeah, I mean, look, we know how important they are in every game. Obviously, as the running comes in, they're even more important because REMYCA are a young side. They've got some young lads there, some really good players, and they've come in, they'll never experience that. And the fans today were even better than usual. I mean, the noise out of them before we even kicked off. We were finishing the warm-up and they're already singing the songs, going through the normal repertoire. So, you know, the massive ask for me is just keep doing that, keep bringing the noise in, and we'll come and give it 100% for you.
And looking ahead to the next game on the pitch, Barnoldswick, it's not too long since the reverse fixture back in January. How are you expecting that one to come across?
I think that it'll be a tough game. I think we were very clinical against them last time. They didn't create a lot against us, but we found it hard to break them down. The couple of chances we scored from, we only created, you know, maybe a handful more. So we're very clinical on the day. We'll have to be the same again next week.
Perfect. Thanks for your time, Dave.
Thank you.